Everybody, I'm Asian Funk. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm joined by Chasen over at CriticalSmash from YouTube and Instagram. He is a video gaming merch collector and cosplayer. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me, actually. Appreciate that a lot.
I've watched a few of your videos on YouTube, and I'm just like always in awe of like, man, this guy's like got really high quality stuff, and very, very envious of your setup for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But I'm in good hands. I have a buddy who helps me record, as we were just chit-chatting about just a little bit earlier. Always happy to have a friend come over and help me record with all his equipment, and he does my editing. And I knowledge and then the collection know-how, and I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, it's awesome. So just to backtrack a little bit, I was actually I was talking to Brett Martin, who is the Guinness Book of World Records holder for having like the largest video game memorabilia collection. And he actually mentioned your name, and he said that you are a guy who collects a lot of Bulbasaur stuff. So can you go ahead and tell me a little bit about that, and maybe just a little bit about your collection?
Sure. So Brett and I go back a couple years. I discovered him just because I was collecting a lot of video game merch. He runs a website called videogamemm.com for Video Game Memorabilia Museum. We used to go on there way back in the day and post on forums and stuff. Brett's always been more of like a first-party Nintendo guy with Mario and Zelda and everything else he talked to him about. I specialize in Pokemon a lot for a lot of merch. Brett's never really been much of a Pokemon guy, and
I can see that.
A couple odds and ends things, some promo stuff, some stuff he has to get to complete sets, like Amiibo, like he's got like some of the Pokemon Amiibo and stuff like that. But for the most part, no, he does not collect that. So we connected through that website, talking on forums. Skipping years ahead, now we pretty much do everything on Facebook Messenger, and he has the same like business labeling, but through Facebook exclusively. And we pretty much just use that for everything. People just post and comment and stuff.
Yeah.
And over the years, Brett and I have kind of helped each other with collecting a little bit here and there with like first party Nintendo stuff. He's traded me some Mario stuff. I've shipped him some rare or harder to find stuff.
Ooh.
And it's been a lot of that. And he'll message me out of the blue every now and then, ask me if I have stuff or if I'm looking for stuff. And Brett's a really awesome guy. I'm really glad to be friends with him.
Yeah, he definitely, he knows his stuff, that's for sure. And he's got like stuff I've never even heard of.
Oh, yeah, he does. Brett does a lot more importing than I do, I would say. I go through spats where I'll import stuff every now and then. For the most part, everything I get is through local or eBay, or I go on different binges on collecting different things. More recently, I've been more so into like actual video games themselves as opposed to merch. I still collect merch pretty much at all times. I'll pick up a little something here and there. I actually have a couple things literally on the way right now that are Bulbasaur related. And,
man. We got to have an unboxing.
Yeah.
So why Bulbasaur, right? Of all the Pokemon, right? There's probably like 1,000 Pokemon now by this point. Like, why Bulbasaur?
Bulbasaur was the original Pokemon that I picked in Pokemon Blue on the fat Game Boy way back in the day.
Same here.
All right, right on. Very cool. I got into Pokemon because I was really attracted to the art style of it. I was living away from my mom and dad at the time. I was living with a different family, and I would watch TV and watch a lot of cartoons, and I would see the commercials for like the Pokemon Hasbro toys with the little Game Boy popper shooting the figures over and the little new electronic toy, and they would advertise Pokemon Red and Blue. And I really love the art style, that old school, early, late 90s watercolor Ken Sugimori art style was super, super attractive to me. I love it. I'm actually considering getting a tattoo of Bulbasaur in that art style of his. Maybe.
Nice. Where would you get that?
Probably on one of the arms. I'm probably going to do like a Super Nintendo controller, and then I'm probably going to build off of that. I've been planning that for about a year now with my wife. She has a few tattoos, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, let's go. I really want to go get one. And like, I got to get my boy. He might be my first tattoo. We'll see what happens. There's definitely going to be a Mario and some Zelda on there and some other stuff. So we'll see.
Wow. Okay. So you've definitely been thinking about this then.
Yeah, been thinking about that for a while. So as far as Bulbasaur being my favorite, he wasn't originally my favorite Pokemon. When I was young, I was just kind of bouncing around the ideas back and forth, like, oh, who's my actual favorite? For a while, it was Mew. I was really into Mew because I was like, oh, it's this cute pink cat Pokemon. I really liked Pokemon the first movie. Probably still my favorite movie out of all of them. I actually got to see the sneak peek preview showing of that at Anime Expo last year when they launched that. It was only for like ticket.
That's cool.
People in a theater could go and see it. So that was really cool as like an official event. The 3D remake of it. And my boy Bulbasaur was in that, and Venusaur, and they're my favorite too. That whole line, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, they're my absolute favorite. So after deciding that Mew pretty much wasn't my absolute favorite, I was like, you know what? Bulbasaur is definitely my favorite. It's my favorite starter. It's number one in the decks, number one in my heart. It's really cool. It's like a plant frog dino buddy. And I used to collect frogs growing up. I used to go around.
There it is.
Like marshes and swamps, and I used to ride my bike around. I used to go collect like lizards and scorpions and frogs, like little frogs and tadpoles, and like watch them grow up, and like big bullfrogs and other cool stuff. And I love them. They're really cool animals. They're fun to just have around. They're really interesting to watch in their habitats. And Bulbasaur just kind of resonated with me. I mean, it's like a plant frog dino that hops around. People call it all sorts of stuff. It's technically the seed Pokemon. You know, Pokemon don't have like real life counterparts, although back in the 90s they kind of sort of did, and they had like real world locations like Africa, but they don't do that anymore.
Right.
So they've kind of gotten away from that stuff. But the Bulbasaur line, they're my absolute favorite. My favorite color is green, so that's like a big part of it. Ash's Pokemon in the anime, his Bulbasaur was one of his most reliable Pokemon. It has one of the best win-loss streaks of any of the Pokemon he's ever had. It's also saved his life numerous times. It's saved other Pokemon's life numerous times using like its Vine Whip and its Solar Beam and all sorts of cool stuff. I picked it in blue when I started. I remember being really passionate about it back in the day because back in, I want to say 99, 2000, I went to an official, like, huge Pokemon tournament that they had in California for both the Game Boy games. And this is before Gold and Silver. This is only Red and Blue was out. Had, like, Game Boy tournament and, like, a Pokemon trading card game tournaments.
Yep.
Would register for those. And at one point, they had, like, a big screen there, and they had the starters. And they're like, oh, everyone, like, cheer. Like, which one's your favorite? And like Bulbasaur is like the least favorite out of all of them. And I was like,
yeah,
kind of the underdog. And then like, as you see over the years, it's kind of the one out of the three that seems to be the least liked. Although in recent times, I swear it's kind of inched in second because like they had an official like favorite Pokemon poll from Nintendo that Game Freak did. And Bulbasaur is actually like number 11, I think. They only showed top 10, but it was literally inched out just by one because they showed like the top 20 or 30 or something, and Bulbasaur was literally like number 11.
Yeah.
And Squirtle was like way further away from that, but of course, like they had Charizard as, top 10 always. And that's cool.
Sure.
I'm repping Charizard right now. Like, that's fine. I don't have a Bulbasaur shirt at the moment. I used to. I don't wear them anymore. But it's they're my favorite. They're really cool Pokemon. They're super fun. They're really fun to collect. They're easy to collect for because Bulbasaur merch and the whole line, like usually they have merch that comes out pretty periodically, like kind of seldomly-ish. It's not like Pikachu where every set of every merch ever, there's always a Pikachu. And I feel bad other collectors I know that do collect Pikachu, like the world record holder for Pikachu stuff, Pikabell Chew. But I don't live that life. I just I pick up stuff as it comes out. It's usually very affordable. It's usually very easy to get a hold of. I do have friends in Japan who will pick up stuff as it comes out.
Oh, that's cool.
So I import stuff in that regard, but not like what Brett was saying about Brett, where he uses like Yahoo Japan auctions and like a third party helper to get him that stuff shipped over.
Wow.
I don't eat too much of that anymore because it gets really expensive with like middleman.
Just the shipping, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But I love to collect it. It's very fun. I'm part of the Bulbasaur propaganda page, which is like a huge Bulbasaur fan club. They're like a Facebook, they're like a Twitter, they're an Instagram. They have tons of followers. Every day they post about like Bulbasaur stuff.
That's hilarious.
All the people that are passionate about it. And I got a Facebook page too. So there's always people posting. Right now, in regards to merch, they just discontinued again the Build-A-Bear Bulbasaur. So now it's like they're going on eBay for like hundreds of dollars. And
I didn't even know there was a Build-A-Bear Bulbasaur.
Oh yeah, they released one of all the Kanto starters, some of the other Kanto Pokemon, some more recent ones, and Bulbasaur came out. It was like a limited run. They had online and in stores. I got mine from in store from a mall out here. Came with a trading card, which was really cool, and I got in a binder. I'll show you here later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of highly sought after now. It's a little more somewhat easier to get a hold of, but like they definitely keep their value over time, and they tend to release them. So there's a lot of people looking for that right now. Other than that, though, I've got a lot of really interesting, rare, and fun, and some never released items myself.
Oh yeah. Do you want to show that?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, cool. I'm going to put you on the big screen here.
Sure.
Because obviously you collect more than just Bulbasaur stuff, and you collect yeah.
Like Brett, I also collect like Super Mario and Zelda stuff, but I'm just not as adamant about getting like literally everything that I can get a hold of. He does. I definitely collect a lot more Pokemon, and not just Bulbasaur, but like we'll start with these. These are official shiny figures made by Bandai that you can only get via a raffle in Japan.
That's already pretty complicated to get as is.
Yeah, exactly. These used to go for roughly $50 a pop or so. They're a little bit more than that now, but like official like shiny variants of like figures. So that's really cool. Got the whole line of those.
Huh.
Awesome. We've got.
Oh no.
There was a company called Kyoto that came out with a line of figures called the Trading Figure Game.
Oh, those are cool.
They came out in, definitely. I saw them everywhere in North America, and they were in department stores and big packs and stuff. They only finished about the first series, and then they made like some figures for series 2 and 3 that were never released, and this is one of them. This is the Venusaur from what would have been called, I believe, the Sandbreaker set. So it's basically, this is like a little prototype figure, and somebody sent this to me for free, actually.
Oh, nice.
With a bunch of other stuff. I've had a lot of really cool collection stories over the years. At one point, somebody sent me a huge box of Bulbasaur stuff because they stopped collecting, and they were really intrigued by my collection, so they wanted to have it. So that was really cool, and I thanked them profusely. And it's really, really cool to own stuff like that. Got this like a little electronic one. This one's not really rare or anything. This one's just kind of neat. It's got 2 different buttons on here, and it plays different songs.
Oh.
And if you other Pokemon attached to it, it'll play even more songs, and they march and move together.
Oh, I think I've seen a video of this before where they had just got a ton of them. Like, I think it was a bunch of Pikachus or something, right? Like, it's different Pokemon.
They do. And they have like a line of these in the Pokemon centers in Japan, and they show them off. Let me see here. There you go. It's a little quiet, but it like moves and it marches, and it says its cry. or well, its name in Japanese from the anime, because that's kind of what these are based on. Like the little bulb in the back moves.
That's
and
awesome.
I've got chronic figures like this. I've got one back when Pokemon first launched. That's like in the box in the room, which I probably should have grabbed. That's kind of neat. A little oddity here. You got this little inflatable Venusaur. I don't even know what to call this. It's just like a little inflatable Venusaur, and you can see about how big it is in the back with like the little kid. And this came out around the time of Ruby and Sapphire by Bandai in 2005. And it's just weird. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's the thing about like the Japanese toys. They'll make like almost anything.
Oh yeah, they sure will. It's just like a small little inflatable like figure, I guess you could say.
Yeah, like a little floaty or something.
Yeah, kind of, more or less. Yeah, I guess it'd be cool in like a bathtub, sure. These came out a couple of years ago. You got Ditto is Bulbasaur.
Oh, I was wondering about that. I was like, why does that Bulbasaur look weird?
It is. It definitely looks weird. They came out with a ton of these in Japan. This was from, I believe, the first set that came out there. And they came out with a whole bunch more for like all the EVs and evolutions and different Pokemon. And they just like, they still make these for different ones. But these are really successful. So they decided to make more. But yeah, they made one of Bulbasaur, and there's even a keychain version of this, which I have in this cool bag that I made. This is pretty wild.
That is amazing.
I take this to conventions, just to kind of show it and just talk with people about Pokemon and stuff. People always stop me for photos, and they always want to take a picture of the bag, or like they ask me about my love for Pokemon and like how long I've been into it. And there's stuff on here from when Pokemon first came out to like stuff that probably came out like within the last year. Like plushies and figures and stuff. And I'm always updating this bag.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's an Ida bag. It's like an Ida backpack, more or less. Because like, yeah, it's a backpack. It's got like big backpack straps on it, and it's pretty deep. And it's got stuff on here that's like both official and just like customs and non-official stuff on here too. But
yeah, I like how it has like the plastic layer on the front, so that like you don't lose any of your pins, but it still shows. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Oh yeah, and I have a buddy who actually helped me kind of put some of that together. We basically sat here one night for hours, just kind of putting all the stuff in here together, because all the pins are pinned in and all the keychains are like enforced on here, so I won't lose anything.
Yeah. How heavy is that thing?
Wearing it on my back, it's not too bad, but picking it up with like one hand, it's kind of heavy.
Oh, okay.
A little bit. But it's not bad. It's not bad. I got this bag off like Etsy, because they didn't really have anything else out there that was like not girly-ish.
Right.
And then this is just a cool way just to show off the fandom. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay. All right. You are now. I was like, okay. I mean, there are people who collect Bulbasaur. They have a couple plushies. They have a couple toys. But like, yeah, that backpack, that definitely, that solidified it for me. I'm like, okay, this guy, he likes Bulbasaur for real.
I do. I like it a lot. Yeah, they're really, really cool. Got some other neat stuff. One of the reasons I went to Anime Expo like 2 years ago was to meet Tara Sands, who is the English anime voice actress for Bulbasaur.
Yes.
Had a whole bunch of stuff she was signing for people. She had these little hats that she brought with her, and I had her sign that for me. So got that on there. So that's cool. Oh,
yeah. Tara, this is for you.
Yeah. I love her. She was really fun. I actually talked with her briefly online before we met at Anime Expo.
Really?
She was, oh, you have a lot of Bulbasaur stuff. Like, you're a really big fan. I was like, yeah, like I'm coming to Anime Expo. I'd love to meet you. And she's like, yeah. And I was wearing a Shovel Knight cosplay when I met her. And I had to like tell her like I was that guy. And she was like, oh wow, oh my gosh, like that's so cool. And so she signed this for me. I also have a Ruby and Sapphire Emerald poster in the background with Bulbasaur and Venusaur on it that also has her signature on it, because that's like actually from the anime.
Right.
So like I had her sign that too. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know,
awesome.
because I want to keep it nice because she
Yeah,
signed it.
don't wear it. You're gonna get all sweaty.
Yeah. Other weird little oddities. We have like a little. It's called a Bell plush. This is a Venusaur. These came out when Pokemon first launched, and it kind of looks like a pet toy because it's just got like a little bell on top, and they're like all crunched up. But these go for like hundreds of dollars. Like
Wait,
it's ridiculous because these came out when Pokemon.
Oh, they are shiny. Yeah. Okay.
The fabric's a little shiny. It's just like everything on here, all the details are done in like felt, and they're just kind of all glued on.
So it's very delicate.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of delicate. I've actually had to like do a little repair work on this one myself because over time, just like the heat gets to them and the glue starts to come off.
Oh, yeah.
But that's one like neat little thing. They also have like a Bulbasaur and an Ivysaur that I'll be after eventually someday. But I've had this one for years, so that's really cool. And then, of course,
Venusaur is amazing. That is amazing. I'm going to steal that idea.
What's up?
I'm going to steal that idea. I'm going to do that for Christmas. My wife's going to hate me, but...
There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's got like ornaments on here of Charmander, Flareon, and Pikachu.
Oh, I didn't even know that there were many Pokemon on the actual tree part. That's
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. Little figures that they just screwed like little ornamental tops onto them, and they put them on the tree. And it's really neat. It's a cool idea. It is. This is really cool. This was also a gift from that same person that gave me that little prototype Venusaur figure, and I was just like blown away because I never thought I would own this. Because now these are pretty hard to find.
Yeah.
This is a really cool vintage item. This came out in '97. So like,
it's yeah.
And then we'll go ahead and keep with the Christmas theme here. We got these came out a couple years ago in Japan and on the English Pokemon centers. So you got the little Bulbasaurs in a little present basket there, and it's also a keychain.
Oh, adorable.
Any collector that puts keychains on stuff will tell you these types of chains are the absolute worst. It's a ball chain, and they break off very easily. And if you ever use it, you're very likely to lose it. Anytime I ever have anything with this on anything, I always replace the chain just so it's kept intact.
Yeah.
Loss. But this one's really cool. It's got little presents and like candies. And it's got like a little bell. And this is the Japanese version of this. This is it says Pokemon Christmas 2018. So that's cool.
It's not too old.
No, not too old. Just a really unique item. It's really cute.
It is.
A more recent version of that. They also came out with a Halloween variant.
Oh my gosh!
Out, I believe, last year. Yeah, I think 2019. This came out, and this one, these came out in Japan as a Japanese tag, and I think these came out in English as well. The thing about, I always try and get these from Japan because when these come to the English Pokemon centers, a lot of times they like to skimp out on details or they cheap out on them. So like that Christmas one I just showed had like an actual bell. Sometimes the English Pokemon Center will do something like put like a felt bell instead just to cut costs. And I hate that they do that. It's like I don't see why, but they probably do it just to make up for like the import like fees and whatnot. I don't know, but so that's neat. You got Bulbasaur. He's wearing like a little Shedinja hoodie from Ruby and Sapphire, and then he's got like a little back. So yeah, you got neat little stuff like that. And then this one's a little older, made by Tomy. This is hugging a Bulbasaur. That one's kind of neat. And I got this one in a lot from a collector about a year ago. It's one that I always had on my wants list. And at one point, I just if I ever like start seriously like, oh man, I want to pick up a bunch of new Bulbasaur stuff, I'll usually hit up the Pokemon Collector's Live Journal page. It's like this huge collecting resource for Pokemon stuff, and people go on there and buy, sell, and trade and give away stuff.
Huh,
And
that's cool.
I found a collector on there who had a bunch of, they were getting rid of like their whole Bulbasaur collection. I had most of the stuff, but they had like a whole grip of like plush toys that I was looking for. This was one of them. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah,
And
that's fun. I always viewed Bulbasaur as kind of like the older brother to like Squirtle and Charizard, you know?
yeah. I mean, in the anime, that's where it chills and hangs out is Professor Oak's lab. It's literally like the caretaker of the other Pokemon that are in Professor Oak's lab. Like it's seen as like the head of the whole ranch that he has there. Like they go to him for advice, and Ash's Bulbasaur has like saved other Pokemon there. It's even used moves there that like it shouldn't use to save other Pokemon. And it's just like it does like really cool stuff that like no other Pokemon can do.
Yep. I agree with that.
Another thing I brought out here.
Here we go.
This is the life-size Pokemon Center Bulbasaur. And if Bulbasaur was real, it would actually be this big.
Huh.
And as a 10-year-old child, this would be very close to your height.
Oh, yeah, man. That'd be really fun to just like jump on.
Yeah. Oh, it's very plushy. Like I have friends and relatives who will kind of lay on it when they come over. Very soft and plushy. I do keep it in the living room with some other merch that I have out here. But it's just super, super cute. I got this in a box with some other stuff a couple years ago when they launched. And since then, they've brought them over to the English Pokemon centers. And yeah, this one's just really well made. Like the style, the design, all the details are really good.
Yeah. It looks really high quality.
It is. This is a very high quality plush. It's very nice. So I definitely like that one a lot. That's super cool.
Is that the largest Bulbasaur item you have?
I believe so. There are other ones that are made by like I want to say this company called Play by Play makes like carnival toys, and those are like these giant carnival toys that like they don't look like nearly as nice as that, and they're way cheaper. But there are giant ones that sit more like vertically than that one, I would say. I do own some of those, but they're smaller than that one.
Right.
As far as like largest Bulbasaur item, that's probably the largest one. Just like for a singular item, because I've got other figures and plush that come kind of close-ish. But that one's definitely the largest. And then, of course, you got the cards.
Oh, of course.
You got to have the cards.
Yep.
I've been collecting the cards since Pokemon first launched, so I've got tons and tons of stuff. I've got like full sets of like the first 10 sets or so. And hear those too much, but I have a binder for just the Bulbasaur line. I decided to do this like
interesting.
And you got your original ones on there. The original,
of course,
and Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. And just over the years, I would collect both English sets and I would collect import sets too of these cards. Now I just like try and get an art from each one usually.
Oh, okay.
Just to have, just because. There's some neat variants in here. There's ones that only came in like decks in Japan that we never got in English. What's a really cool one in here I could show you? This one here. That one came out in Japan in McDonald's, and it's doing the vine whip as the McDonald's.
Oh my gosh, I did not even notice that. That is very clever.
Yeah, that one's really cool, and it's got like the e-reader stuff on it.
Nice.
For the Game Boy Advance e-reader peripheral that you would swipe and like it would play like a game or something. To this day, I don't think I've done that with that. I need to just to see.
Yeah, just to see exactly.
Yeah, because it's got data and stuff on it, so that's cool. Now I'll have like games and whatnot.
You kept the wrapper. I was wondering what that tall one was.
Yeah. I've got anytime Venusaur was released as a trading card pack, I do have the packaging for it.
Nice.
I have an original like base set one in here because it's in my I do have it. It's in a binder over there.
I didn't even know the card cases could fit in the little card slips. That's or did you like kind of fold it to make it fit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for the most part, it's in there pretty securely. It's not too bad. And then like you get out of like trading card stuff, and then you get into like stickers and lenticular cards and like board game pieces and
right.
Always looking for new and interesting stuff. And this is where things get like a little more difficult to come by, because some of this stuff you can only get from like bread packages in Japan. There's literally stickers in here called pan stickers, which is like the bread in Japanese, and they would come randomly. And to this day, they still do that, and I have like a bunch of those.
Oh wow!
But, so
wow.
The binder of stuff, and then I showed you some oddities, some rare stuff, some expensive stuff, some unique stuff. Oh, I've got this. This is it's an anime production quality sheet.
What?
When they were making the anime, they would photocopy these and use them as reference points to draw the characters in the anime. And this is just one for Bulbasaur. I've seen like 3 different ones, but these tend to go for sometimes a lot of money, depending on what it is. It's like getting a cell of like a cartoon.
Yeah.
That looks cooler will go for more. There's ones of Bulbasaur using like attacks and stuff, and I've seen those go for more, but I was able to get this one. And what they would do is the animators of the anime would just photocopy them, use them as reference points, and then just kind of store them. And some of them got leaked out over the years, and or rather they would get sent to just to random people. I don't know how they get these things. And like there are people who will buy like bulk lots of these and sell them for like a ton of money. So
yeah. Just even getting like a photocopy of that is still difficult, right? Like
yeah, exactly. So that's basically what that is. And sometimes they'll make lots of copies of like the same thing.
Sure.
And like an original of that one page exists somewhere, but that's at least like a copy of it. Like you can find some of that stuff online, but it's not very well documented.
Yeah, and so it's usually not even like a character you like or a pose you like. So
exactly, like with hunting for styles. Like I'll go to like anime and video game conventions, and sometimes like artists or vendors there will sell like cells from shows. I never ever see Pokemon because that stuff is really tightly lipped in Japan. But we'll see like stuff that came out in America, like the Super Mario Brothers 3 shows and the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons and stuff like that, but like never Pokemon. If they did, they would just go for like way too much money, I'm sure.
Right.
They have to exist out there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you one more question, and then I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
Did you see the Pokemon movie? And did you like it?
I saw it. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10, maybe. I need to rewatch it. I've only seen it once. I do own an authentic movie poster from it. I had a friend help me get that, and the Sonic movie for that matter.
Oh.
That's really cool. I liked it. It was fun. The Bulbasaur scene was one of my favorites.
Of course.
They did it a lot of justice. It looked really cool in the movie, and it was super cute, and it was very fun. But I do need to rewatch it, I think, just because I haven't watched it at home. But when I saw it, I thought it was like a 7 out of 10. It was all right.
Yeah. I would agree with you. I think anytime there was Pokemon on screen, it was good. But every time there wasn't, I was not interested. So
yeah, I thought the scene was a little weird in some places, and like I thought some of the sets were kind of uninspired. But as far as like when they were in the city and there's Pokemon and stuff and things are happening, like that's the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. I agree. All right, man. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for showing me your Bulbasaur collection. And yeah, I hope to catch up again soon when you have more Bulbasaur stuff. Maybe when you can get into your other Bulbasaur room.
But I'm definitely down to do that in the toy collection room. Like anytime there's an ending supply of stuff to talk about in there for sure.
Okay, yeah, I would love to do a follow-up. We'll definitely do a part 2 for sure.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man. Okay, well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it, and I'll catch up with you in the other room.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
Yep.
Take it easy.